Welcome everyone to Let's Read New Game Plus.
I just slammed my hand into a door frame.
I'm your host, Duhad. Joining me, as always, are the incredible Rydell.
Ow.
And the, guy who shows up. He's very consistent. Herr Wutzig.
Well, thanks. I thought you were going to give me a more ornate greeting than that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get bandages for Rydell.
Ouch. Yeah, well, probably...
He didn't mention princesses or tits.
True. Yeah, just wait. When we get sound feedback, I'm just going to, introduce him by just being like, hey, look, it's that one guy, that jerk. Whatever his name is, Speed something.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Speed
Welcome back to Pony Psychology, bitches!
Applejack exposure. Oh my god. All right.
She's looking angry.
What happened is, when we weren't looking, this issue got replaced, and is now about Applejack flashing people.
Oh man.
I suppose. And they're not that impressed because they normally walk around naked.
Yes. But I'm already naked! Anyway, Applejack exposure, and our quote of the week is, the truth is rarely pure and never simple. Oscar Wilde.
Gee, I wonder if you could use it as a blanket quote for this entire fucking fic, you dumbass!
Possibly.
I don't know. This fic doesn't really contain truth or purity, but it is true that it doesn't contain simplicity.
Alright, putting away the chat so I don't get distracted. You know the drill. Rydell, you're the narrator. No, wait. Yes, you're the narrator. I am the Applejack. Herr Wutzig, you are the not Applejack.
Alright, let's do this!
Applejack Exposure
Dun,
by
dun,
Saddle
dun.
Soap Opera. Episode 4 of the Pony Psychology series.
Oh shit.
Sorry, crap. I didn't hit that high B flat. Shit!
By the time the sun rose, Applejack was already hard at work. Sweet Apple Acres was right alongside the Carrot family's holdings, and Applejack made it a point of pride to try and get started ahead of them each morning. She stood near the property line, picking through baskets of freshly bucked apples, looking for bruised or worm-eaten ones and casting them aside to nourish the soil. You'd think bruised ones would be common, given how she harvests them.
Yeah, especially apples in the ground, dear. You're going to get a lot of bruised apples. Well, this explains how the Apple family is constantly desperate for money and in fear of losing the farm.
While she worked, the Carrot family's middle daughter trotted nearby, carrying a sizable bunch of carrots in her mouth.
Wait, the Carrot's middle daughter? So they have 3 daughters.
At least.
Okay. I'm wondering what this fic considers to be the older and younger apple sister. Carrot sisters.
We also have the Carrot Top with green hair. We got Carrot Top with green hair, Carrot Top, and Golden Harvest.
And now I'm just thinking,
that's one way of putting it, I guess.
Oh, and they also have Carrot Top the comedian.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Fair. I think actually my favorite example of all of that was just my favorite explanation for the Carrot Top with green hair is that Carrot Top just decided to try out green hair for the day, and she goes out and immediately gets shat on by Rarity, talking about how green hair is the worst. It's just aww.
Anyway.
Way to shoot my self-esteem down.
Applejack knew her. An earnest pony. She knew the importance of being earnest.
I think that actually might have been this one. Wait, if that is in this fic, then that actually makes this even stupider, because then she doesn't count as an extra daughter. Ugh. Now I'm gonna think about it. Keep going.
Soft-bodied. She clearly needed to be boiled longer. She flashed. I knew she was a flasher. A neighborly smile.
Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry, that's Applejack. Okay. Morning, Carrot Top!
She said.
Okay.
Said the yellow earth pony through the mouthful of stalks, before stopping and putting them down.
Sure is a nice day, ain't it?
Sure is!
Because Carrot Top has ever had an accent. She has had multiple lines. She couldn't fit it all in.
Oh, shit.
Replied Applejack, tossing a brown apple away. She doesn't like the brown ones.
Apparently not. Or the rainbow ones. Despite her family's...
No, they actually do like the rainbow ones.
Zap Apple, yeah. It's like... Yeah. She's so confused every Zap Apple season.
There's what's going on. She doesn't hate gays for their sexual orientation, but for their choice of colors to represent them, because she's worried that it's
brand recognition.
Brand recognition.
Oh god, it's all economics.
Carrot Top looked at the orchard spread out behind Applejack and whistled.
Golly gee willikers, Miss Applejack, it must be an awful lot of hard work to pluck that many apple trees. Makes me glad our parents pull out of the ground so easy, that's what she said.
Oh, shucks, ain't nothing wrong with no hard work.
By the way, having had to pull carrots a few times, no, they really don't. Replied Applejack.
At all.
Maybe if you did a little, oh, whoa, fuck you, Applejack.
Whoa!
Yeah, maybe you did a little work.
Applejack.
Maybe you did a little, you wouldn't be so pudgy, bitch.
Damn! Applejack, what is it with your fat shaming?
Wow, yeah, Applejack.
What's wrong with you?
Fucking, opens up. I wonder if the fic wants us to like Applejack or not. Literally, her second line is, Carrot Top, you're fat and lazy. Pudgy.
Now, that's part of her third line.
Oh, good point,
Okay.
As Carrot Top's jaw dropped in shock, Applejack realized that she'd spoken that last part, rather than just thinking it.
Well, I never!
Carrot Top huffed.
You apples sure do have sharp tongues.
It's clearly the whole family, since none of them have ever spoken that way before.
Yeah, well, they do in this fic, and we have to do it because it's
everyone's
phony psychology.
Yeah, everyone has to be an asshole.
Her tone was indignant, but the blush across her face and the shine in her eyes showed how much she was aroused by the statement. Betrayed her hurt feelings. I'm sorry, I picture the blush and the shine in her eyes. It makes her seem excited and slightly embarrassed.
Yeah. oh, Applejack-san! Why are you so mean? Why are you so mean to me? Oh, it makes me all warm inside. Ooh.
Okay.
Anyway, oh heck, I'm sorry to call you pudgy and loud and a fat bitch.
Wow.
Applejack pressed a hoof to her mouth so fast, her steel shoe almost split her lip.
Wait, what? What the hell did
Applejack is wearing metal horseshoes now.
What? What? I don't even...
I don't believe it. People actually... Apparently people were actually waiting for that video to go up. Alright, continuing though.
Well, buck you too, bitch!
Shouted Carrot Top as she galloped off, and then briefly returned to snatch up the bunch of carrots. Once the yellow earth pony was a fair distance away, Applejack could hear her sobs echoing in the crisp morning breeze.
Fuck you!
Applejack shook her head in disbelief.
Tarnation, what's wrong with me today?
Well, Applejack,
normally I keep my seat in.
You're an asshole, yo.
I was just like, what's wrong with me today? Tarnation, what's wrong with me today? Usually I keep my cattiness under wraps. I keep all my disdain for my fellow earth ponies buried deep inside where it can never get out.
2 hours later, at the Hall of Justice.
Come on, super friends, we've got to deal with this. Applejack is acting like a huge bitch.
I'm on it with my bat vision.
Applejack sat awaiting breakfast at a picnic table near Sweet Apple Acres' newly rebuilt barn. It's like the 5th, 6th one this week.
Like, I love how actually they even made a joke in like one of the recent comics where they have to repair, like Big Mac has to build another barn because he literally just tried to like fix a nail and it broke the barn because the barn's just
the Big Mac arc.
No, this is another one. This in one of the micro books.
Fleetfoot Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was that in there, and then there was another one in the Applejack Rarity mini Best Friends Forever issue where Macintosh just breaks a barn because the Apple's barns apparently just collapsed.
Oh yeah, and it's all except for the plank that he was nailing it into.
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, it's great. I love that that's a running joke at this point.
Okay.
Anyway.
Right, we were still on
Her little sister Applebloom and her big brother Big Macintosh were sitting with her while old Granny Smith creaked away through preparing a pot of oatmeal with applesauce over a nearby fire.
Why isn't everything we eat has to contain some amount of apples? Because if you want to eat, you're going to eat apples.
Rich, we are stupid with apples. We got to use them somewhere.
Yep, sounds about right. And hey, it keeps the doctor away, so they're fine.
I don't trust them doctors.
Well, Granny Smith's thing was basically just like, because, sweetie, we produce thousands of apples for a town of about 30 ponies. We've completely saturated the market. At this point, we basically just have to eat this extra stuff because otherwise it is going nowhere.
Also,
its mere presence is driving prices down.
Yes.
Not eating it is eating into our profits.
Also, they don't trust the doctors, huh? So how you feel about them vaccinations, Mr. and Mrs. Applejack?
We don't trust them.
No, we trust vaccinations. We just do them ourselves.
How do you think they died?
Oh dear. And that's
how our own penicillin.
And that's how Applebloom died of measles.
No, we make our own penicillin using properly moldy apples.
Oh God! Just get on with the story.
Get on with it.
The process was agonizingly slow, but the younger apples knew the taste would be worth it. While they waited, Applejack recounted her odd experience with Carrot Top, who I almost called Countertop.
Oh, fuck you fucking dumb motherfucker.
Now.
It's an 800 service.
He wasn't a flat plank.
But I said out loud right after. I tell you, she was fit to be tied. Oh, shit. Righty so. I don't know what came over me, Big Mac. Pretty peculiar, huh?
Yep.
Said the sizable red stallion, chewing on a piece of straw.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to go apologize after breakfast. Can't let a side like that drive a wedge between us neighbors.
They're making applesauce for breakfast.
Yes.
Yes. No, applesauce on oatmeal.
On oatmeal.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, how do you... Homemade applesauce...
It said they're putting it's oatmeal with applesauce on it. Not saying they're making the applesauce right now. They're making the oatmeal.
Oh.
Not cooking oatmeal.
Wait, what?
And they're cooking oatmeal and putting applesauce on it. They're not necessarily making the applesauce at this instant.
Though given the slow process, it's entirely possible they are making they're supposedly supposed to be making applesauce anyway because oatmeal does not, they don't cook oatmeal super slow.
Apparently it only takes about 25 minutes to start getting it there anyway, so...
Yeah. At any rate, Shane, wouldn't have to be awkward though. Almost as if when I spotted you at the oh Jesus fucking Christ.
Whoa!
When I spotted you and the mayor fooling around behind the cellar shed out
the other day.
This fucking faux southern accents in the writing are confusing.
Yeah.
Both of Applejack's front hooves slammed into her mouth this time. The steel hooves knocking her teeth out. Or the steel shoes knocking her teeth out.
Seriously, what the hell is up with those shoes? It's just like, they don't have those in the show, I don't think.
No, they don't. This is just a dumb addition to try and be semi-more horse-like.
Something like that you probably wouldn't show anyway, so it's...
Well, yeah, I know, but
the simple animation means that it wouldn't be clear.
No, but here's the thing, they do show the horseshoes...
Because what they do show, apparently their hooves are made out of fur. Because it's the same coloration.
Yeah, and they're flexible enough that I'm guessing they're not they don't have metal bars attached to them.
I don't get
Well, that wouldn't really affect the flexibility of the hoof, because the hoof is already pretty much bone.
No, right, no, I know. But I mean, like, I'm assuming that, like, they're not necessarily even meant to be boned
And actually,
in the show.
someone who does a lot of hard work outside, would want them to avoid things like split hooves and other
Right, but I'm
things.
guessing that's not really a thing that is dealt with. And the fact that we don't see them means that I think an assumption, especially with how horseshoes are actually fitted, they're
more
probably
likely
not...
they'd use those, there are horseshoes that clamp onto the side of the hoof and are removable.
And you see those
probably use something
occasionally.
like that.
You see things like that as like fashion statements in the show, so that is most certainly more likely.
But they have traditional horseshoes, seeing as they put that as an icon everywhere.
Yeah, but
so it's at least something they've used historically.
Yeah, but I don't think that like we're supposed to assume that Applejack is wandering around with big metal, things strapped to her feet when she's like punching people or, grabbing onto things and doing all that shit.
What?
Would make sense for punching people.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, friendly punching people. Like, I don't think she's supposed to be implied to be smashing Rainbow in the face repeatedly with heavy metal objects, like, when they're fighting.
Oh my god!
Rainbow can take it.
What the fuck, pony psychology?
Anyway, continuing.
Both of and a blush spread across the bridge of her nose.
Just the bridge.
Big Macintosh partially inhaled the straw and coughed it back out spasmodically.
Okay.
Oh, dear God.
Apple Bloom raised an eyebrow.
Fooling around? What, like grassland or something?
She asked.
Oh, I can't believe I have to read this next paragraph.
Something like that. See, when a man and woman like each other very much, one takes...
Oh,
look, it's something about the birds and the bees swimming upstream. Where, or maybe the birds are teaching the bees to swim so they can swim upstream, and I lost this metaphor.
Just keep going.
Managed Big Macintosh once he cleared his throat.
Hey, wait.
The birds and the beagles. Jesus, the birds and the beeges, I love it. Anyway, continuing.
Something like that.
Managed Big Mac once he'd cleared his throat. He mussed the tiny yellow filly's red mane with a broad hoof.
You see, fixing the barn after them pirates brought faded up was mighty costly, and the mayor offered tax decide.
Oh my god, he's a
it's
gigolo.
Not just sex, it's
He's a male
prostitute. They must. Well, they are hard up on
narration in there.
He racked his brain for a euphemism.
Go for a play date with her.
He smiled nervously.
Why don't you just say, go on a date for her? You don't need a euphemism to just say, we went on a date, and we did grown-up things on the date. There you go. Shut up, little kid.
Well, there goes that one episode where they tried to get Shirley and Big Mac together. They really should have gone with the mayor, apparently.
Oh, of course, OTP.
As you can tell, he wasn't interested in the mayor. He was just interested in the money.
Yeah.
But that just makes it worse. Why the heck would that sort of thing happen in fucking Equestria?
Because Pimp Jack needs her money.
All happy and stuff. She shouldn't. What is even the fuck?
Actually, Applejack sounds like a pimp name. Applejack need to get some money.
Duhad.
Well, it is an alcoholic drink.
Yeah, which...
Freeze fermented
I mean like Pepperjack is a pimp name, so why not Applejack?
Let's just keep going, please.
It's like the equestrian equivalent of some pimp who has 40 in his name, referring to 40s.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, exactly. No, she's Applejack. She's Equestria's foremost pimp and purveyor of apple-based merchandise.
On with the story!
Applejack could feel the ill-advised commentary welling up in her throat like a sour apple burp.
I'll go!
She blurted and galloped away from the table.
He's not ever pony.
Soup's on, and dogs are going to be in that fucking soup!
Oh, dear God. Right now?
I'm sorry, I was waiting for Duhad to finish making his dog soup, said Granny Smith, turning towards the table at length and noticing the empty spot.
Well, Peel and Corby, where's Applejack gone off to?
Big Mac and Apple Bloom both shrugged.
Can I have her oatmeal?
Asked Apple Bloom. Applejack trotted down the dirt road between Sweet Apple Acres and downtown Ponyville, lost in thought. It wasn't a state she found enjoyable. Applejack was not known for liking thinking. She was far from unintelligent, but she'd always preferred actions to thoughts. Actions got things done. Too much thinking often just complicated matters.
And led to communism. Goddamn intellectuals.
No, it didn't lead to communism. The communists got rid of all the intellectuals.
Yeah, that is true.
The walk did little to quiet the turmoil in her mind. She still couldn't believe the things she'd said earlier. It was as if the moment a thought had occurred to her, no matter how foolish or mean-spirited, she couldn't help but voice it. Applejack paid little attention to her progress, and soon she was in the middle of Ponyville. The bustling morning crowds created a blurred din of conversation, hoofbeats, and miscellaneous noise that finally snapped Applejack out of her musing. She'd gotten as far as Carousel Boutique, as Applejack looked up at the looming, garish pagoda that was not a pagoda. She took a look of inspiration.
Pagoda?
Because thesaurus.
A look of inspiration crossed her Stetson-shaded face.
Oh my!
She trotted into the shop.
Stetson-shaded face. Oh my!
That's one way of saying she was wearing a hat.
The rose is so purple. I'm seeing violet sparkles in my vision.
Now, this isn't purple prose. This is amethyst prose.
Fuck off.
Exactly.
More Rarity. I need some advice, and I reckon you're the pony I want to say.
The pale unicorn's eyes shone as she turned away from pinning a skirt's hem and faced her Earth Pony friend. I have Earth Pony friends!
Oh, I knew this. Sorry, let me try that again, without doing a southern accent this time. Oh, I knew this day would come.
She trotted over to Applejack, magicking a measuring tape to hover along with her. The tape started snaking around Applejack's body while she continued.
I'm thinking something in satin. Oh, green satin to go with your eyes.
Rarity!
Rarity and the slithering tape measure paid her no heed.
And we'll want to do something about that sun-damaged mane, of course. Not to mention those hooves. Have you ever had a pedicure? Well, considering...
No, but I did nail some things into them.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently. Rarity!
Now, as for the shoes, if you must go short, their smells are so passé. I have a set of gorgeous etched and lacquered aquinium plates studded with San Caballo emeralds that are simply to die for.
They're Rarity.
Chevalier originals.
Rarity!
Applejack shouted so loudly that her hat fell off.
Seriously.
That's how you know she's serious.
And this is how you know that this author knows Rarity, because Rarity is well known for basically walking up to all of her friends and going like, "Let me dress you in the most fabulous of attire, because I know that that's what you're always looking for."
Applejack did come for help, and she looked at Applejack and saw the immediate problems.
Oh, Applejack. We're going to have to do something with all of this. Alright.
Just stop being this. You just pointed to all of me. Yes, stop being all of you.
Precisely.
The tape measure dropped lifelessly to the floor.
Fine, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah. Yes?
I ain't here for no apple picking makeover. I just need some advice. Aight?
What?
Yo! Holmes, let's do this. Come on. Lay down on me. Here.
Huh?
I see. My mistake.
She said, and took a quick but deep breath.
Well, if you're not here for fashion advice, then whatever is the matter?
I've been having trouble keeping my mouth shut.
Rarity stifled a smirk.
Oh, God damn it, there's the smirk again. There goes another rant on Tucker Magic about how everybody misuses the smirk.
Smirk. The smirk is a fine thing for a villain to do when being a total fucking douche face.
Or an anti-hero.
Yeah, or just a snarky douchebag in general.
Yeah, jerk with a heart of gold. There are a few types where it really
you have
works.
to become an asshole while you're smiling to smirk. Like, it is literally the douche smile.
Or I have had my mother tell me that every time she asks me to smile for a photograph, I end up smirking instead.
Yeah. Well, again, it's the douche smile. Like, if you were trying to make your character come off like a douchebag, that is the smile you want them to use. But you have to use it sparingly, because even the douche smile can be overused quite easily.
And if you are good at using it sparingly, occasionally there are situations where a original character can pull off the smirk appropriately.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah. I mean it! This here's a serious problem. Anytime a thought comes to me, or I answer a question or anything, full on and unvarnished truth comes just blurting out of me. You know, no, I don't know what to do. Catch a ride.
Obviously, it involves your son's birthday.
Oh, dude. No.
Oh, God. No. This is not fucking liar, liar. I can only take so much.
Really? You can't hide anything?
Applejack shook her head.
What dost thou thinkest of this dress?
Asked Rarity, pointing a hoof at the piece she'd been hitting.
Oh, it's nice. If your client is if your client's a Manhattan street trotter. Oh, shit, I went there. Woo.
Applejack stomped her front hoof. Rarity's white hide couldn't conceal the enraged flash in her face, even though she knew that she was going to get unvarnished advice and deliberately sought it out. Yeah. But her voice stayed under rigid control.
I see. And my coiffeur?
She shook her head as her coiling purple locks danced around her face and neck. Applejack gritted her teeth.
So I was made to think... ball and wire? Bale and wire.
Bale and wire.
It's always made to think of bale and wire.
You know, what you use for baling hay.
Yeah. Oh, it's always made to think of bale and wire. Oh, shit! Rarity, please stop.
Oh.
Rarity snarled. A small, barely audible...
Alright, since you can't stop saying anything but what you think is the honest truth, what do you think of my butt?
Oh my!
Tell me what do you think of my personality?
Oh,
honestly,
you
give me an unfettered critique of every element of my person, so I can become incredibly enraged at the fact that you're being a douche.
Your butt? Well, I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Regardless in with an neighborly waist. Nothing's in your face. You
get out.
Rarity snarled. A small, barely audible, dainty, filly-like snarl. She was advancing on Applejack now, and the Earth Pony was backing away, deeper into the shop.
Tell me, dear, why did you come to me about this instead of Twilight?
Applejack's rump hit the shop's back wall. She cringed.
So we're getting not only every single character in the main six is a complete fucking douche nozzle who hates every other character in the main six, but we're not getting confirmation that they basically all just really kind of deep down understand that they all hate each other and are just trying to get out that honesty about how much every single one of them hates every single other one.
No. Alternate possibility here. Rarity could be a masochist.
Oh,
no, because she's not super pissed off about it. Like, a masochist would just be like...
Okay. One more. Have you noticed that sometimes it feels good to be angry?
Yeah, but then
That's
she
what
wouldn't
she's
be like
like.
advancing on.
Wait a minute. So
again, like the thing is,
but then once
every
you're
single
angry,
one
it
of these
feels good to get rid.
characters, every single one of these characters has deliberately like acted like a dick to someone else, or tried to get someone else to like act like a dick to them. Like,
just.
it's just it's just a weird thing that this author has been doing as a consistent theme in his story. I'd rather not say. I was less worried about making you mad than her. Oh shit! Oh.
Applejack looked away, unwilling to meet the unicorn's gaze. Rarity gasped.
I knew it! Even after that slumber party at the library, you still don't like me.
Or
No,
she full realizes that Twilight could kill her with the blink of an eye, and you can't.
Yeah, really. I mean, what can you do with your magic? Detect stones? Ooh, so threatening. Ah!
She can move a whole lot of
Hold on.
objects at
Yeah.
once.
Have a second. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. But still, compared to Twilight, no!
Yeah,
Run
check
for
something
the
real
hills!
quick.
Ah!
Twilight, can I please stop being a plant now?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So did you already say your line?
Yeah, I did.
Can I at least be an apple tree if I'm gonna be a plant?
All right. No, Rarity, that ain't it. It's just that Twilight's magic's so much stronger than yours. I want to stay on her good side. I just, think you're pathetic and weak and shit. Nothing personal. This is narration, by the way.
Yeah. Well, the actual wording, you have to use the exact wording because it's going to follow into something.
All right. I like it just fine.
Applejack's eyes widened. She felt what was coming. Hot blood rushed to her ears and cheeks.
By the way, keep in mind that this is not supposed to be like a magical spell. This is just supposed to be a psychological condition.
Well, it is kind of both mixed together. I've seen a later chapter that explains it.
Yeah, but I know the explanation is retarded.
Yeah, the explanation is stupid.
Please no!
She silently begged.
Oh shit, where's doing this? Please don't make me. Not to her!
Oh.
But the urge was irresistible.
Okay, right out. Before we read this next paragraph, Duhad, you took his role this time!
No, this is like her internal narration.
No! She says this next bit out loud!
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
know.
that last bit that he was saying was internal narration.
Yeah, it's her-
Please no.
Yeah, but the next
Whatever.
bit!
Yes, is her talking out loud. Yes, I'm aware.
Yes.
Both of these are Applejack talking, it's just one of them is
Yes.
her talking to herself.
What she talks about?
Oh my god. Yeah, here's the thing, like, she's homophobic because she's like a giant closet case or something. It's really dumb and kind of offensive. I especially like them high-toned hindcores of yours. Heck, wire main or nothing. You have rolls in the hay I have a roll in the hay with you any day. Damn, girl, you fine.
Oh my god.
Applejack stomped her front hooves and grimaced as if in pain, every muscle in her face tightening. But the words just kept coming.
But psychology series. Oh, good. Alright. I just be trembling though. Nothing serious, cause, I'm not in love, cause I'm in love with Rainbow Dash, bitch.
Applejack thrust her head into a nearby bin of fabric remnants and unleashed a half-muffled scream of frustration.
Oh, stop it! Fuck! Fucking stop it! Ah!
The righteous indignation drained out of Rarity like grain from a cracked silo.
Form
Pushing
references.
so much pressure that it's going to widen and come out pretty rapidly and destroy its container.
Yes.
So, in other words, Rarity's head exploded.
Yes.
Oh,
She
dear God.
stared, her eyes wide and her jaw hanging open to an undignified degree.
Because the Ark of the Covenant was right there. Why else?
This is your line, Rarity.
I know. I was just making the reference.
Alright.
Right. Applejack, you're
Pinky is lesbians.
Applejack jerked her head out of the bin and stared daggers at the unicorn.
Oh, what?
attracted to other fillies. I had no idea.
I'm not a fucking filly, girl. I'm a full-grown fucking woman, and I respect your goddamn authority. Respect it.
Applejack. No, wait. Applejack looked away.
I think from now on we basically just have Kellogg Applejack, because that is who this is.
I was actually skipping some parts down to the next paragraph that started with the word Applejack.
Okay. That was kind of the point, Sugar Cube. I don't want to go telling everybody about my romantic proclivities. Ain't nothing nobody's business. Oh, especially not yours, you big gossip.
She winced.
Sorry. Oh.
Rarity took the involuntary jab in stride. Besides, she was proud of being a gossip.
Yep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I pried, Applejack. I didn't expect to draw quite so much out of you, but scarily magical or not, I really think Twilight is the one you should talk to about this. It's somewhat outside of my area of expertise.
Wait. Lesbianism's in Twilight's area of expertise now.
Dude.
Oh!
Fucking shit. Everybody knows that Twilight is Flash Sentry's waifu.
Oh dear God.
The greatest thief of our time. Anyway, go on.
Applejack nodded glumly, agreeing that Twilight was the expert in lesbians.
Yeah.
Clearly she has to talk to,
my line, actually.
Yeah, she has to talk to, Pinky. As everyone knows, Pinky is lesbians.
Well, whatever.
I think this is Rarity?
That's me. Yeah, that's me. Oh, and as long as we're being so candid, you should know I don't think any less of you, darling. English people use R's too, you know.
Well, she doesn't speak RP either. She uses Tidewater, which is an American. Here's the accent Rarity uses is called the Tidewater accent. It's an American accent.
I know what the Mid-Atlantic accent is, but it still uses R's. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being that way. Lots of ponies are different. In my line of work especially. Why, if I told you half of what I've heard about photo finish...
You'd probably short circuit.
I like how Rarity's like, it's fine, it's okay to be gay. Not that I'm going to say gay because, I don't want to get gay germs all over me by saying the word, but
I don't like the word gay.
That way.
It has a very tinny sort of sound. Tinny.
Oh, yeah. And it's so morally wrong, too. Can't put it down.
Well, I much prefer the word
it's like super weird.
It's more of a woody sound.
Yeah, it's like, this is super weird that, Rarity's like, look, it's fine. I know lots of gay people. I have lots of gay friends. I work in an industry with lots of gay individuals. Not that I'm going to say the G word. I feel uncomfortable admitting their existence, but know that...
I don't like saying gay. It sounds tinny. I much prefer homosexual. It's more of a woody-sounding word.
Anyway.
Rarity laughed, and then frowned.
That did sound a bit gossipy, didn't it? Well, don't worry. If you'd rather stay in the paddock, I promise I won't tell any pony.
What the hell would... I mean, I guess it's supposed to be a closet reference.
Or that she's come out to you.
Yeah. She basically just admitted that she wanted to fuck Rarity, so I mean, at this point, that's kind of out of the bag.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Muttered Applejack anemically. No, anemic.
No.
Anemic.
No.
Yeah, it is anemic. Okay.
There's a word.
Anemically is a weird-looking word.
Yeah. The thing is, it's one of those words that is technically correct in this context.
Yeah.
And almost is appropriate given how purpley the pros have been, but it really should not be appropriate for this situation.
That and anemically is just a word that doesn't look like looks like it's a different word.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
Yeah. Okay. Just so we're clear, though, I'm flattered, but I'm just not interested. Personally, I love the come right in. Welcome to Carousel Boutique.
Wow. Was that literally supposed to be a joke about Rarity saying that she loves the cock? Like, is that actually what just happened?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm pretty sure that's about to say I love the cock.
Wow.
Wow.
That's like...
Well, element of generosity.
She gives it all up, I guess.
Yeah.
Rarity trotted over to the newly arrived pony standing in the front doorway, cutting herself off in mid-sentence and seamlessly switching to customer service mode. Applejack.
Customer service mode after... Anyway, continue.
Applejack stooped to retrieve her hat as she trotted out of the shop. Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash hovered along at pony's shoulder height, which is pretty low, and if you went a little higher, you could not deal with crowds, so I don't know why, but weaving their way through the streets of Ponyville. Dash was carrying a fully loaded picnic basket.
Oh, and so there's going to be like 3 characters who are not Applejack in this coming scene. I'll take over Rainbow Dash. You take over everyone else, Hair.
Okay.
Which means now.
Yeah. Then
All right.
between her teeth. You're going to love the view once we get to the hill.
Said Fluttershy softly.
It's so different than an aerial view. You can see Cloudsdale in the distance, and on a clear day like this one, even Canterlops.
Unlike when you're flying.
Yeah.
Said Rainbow Dash, before colliding with a shock of pink that seemed to come out of nowhere.
Silly Billy!
Giggled Pinkie Pie.
You should have talked with your mouth full! Oh, hello, Pinkie.
Said Fluttershy.
What's up? Birds!
Replied Pinkie Pie, casting her gaze skyward.
But anyways, I need to borrow Rainbow Dash for a bit. I have...
Pinkie paused for a fraction of a second, much shorter than this narration is.
Yeah. Some silly decorations that need hanging, and only Equestria's top flyers up for the job.
Pinkie Pie cast a quick, sidelong glance to Rainbow Dash. For a tiny moment, her carefree mask slipped, and the depression and sadness came through.
in my
I am the night.
that
My parents are dead. Except they're alive and show up in another episode.
My sister is dead, and...
Anyway.
Please.
Oh. Please?
She mouthed silently. Rainbow Dash stood, dusting herself off.
Sure thing, Pinkie Pie. One Rainbow Dash extravaganza coming right up. Fluttershy, can you get ahead? This won't take long, and I'll catch up with you just like that. Bam!
Dash clopped her front hooves together.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah. Certainly, Rainbow Dash. Helping others comes first. I'll see you at the hill.
Fluttershy smiled, picked up the basket, and trotted off. Pinkie Pie mouthed a quick thank you as she and Rainbow Dash headed for Sugar Cube Corner. Her eyes were already shining with tears. Applejack watched the exchange between Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy from a half block away. The sight of Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy next to each other summoned up a surge of bitter resentment that made her heart ache. It seemed she couldn't hide the truth from herself.
Bum, bum, bum.
The orange Earth Pony raised an eyebrow as Dash and Pinkie parted ways with Fluttershy.
Now, what could be important enough to leave her wubby-dubby-hoo-boo-hoo-foo new Philly friend for?
Wondered Applejack sarcastically. Casting aside her plans to visit Twilight for the moment, she followed the pair at a discreet distance. Could be 1 or 2, but not like some fraction in between.
So basically this
Other
has
kind
turned
of
into a
discreet.
film noir now.
Yes.
FML.
Yeah, no, basically, it's really the way she should have been saying that is just like, now what could have been important enough to leave her wubby-dubby wonderful new Philly friend for?
Ah, that is
I had to follow them, find out what they were up to. Twilight could wait. This was a matter that was going to take my full attention.
My name's Friday. I wear a badge. Sugar Cube Corner was closed for a few days, while the Cakes went to Philadelphia to negotiate about opening a franchise there, even though Pinkie Pie had successfully run Sugar Cube Corner on her own before. But Pinkie and Dash went inside anyway. Which, makes sense that they can do that since she lives there.
Yeah, you should actually try doing like the narration in noir style, because it almost works with this bit right here.
Yes! Do it!
A few moments later, Applejack crept into the bakery as quietly as her steel apple-bucking shoes would allow. There was no sign of the pair on the main floor, so Applejack slowly climbed the stairs. At the upper landing, she could hear faint voices come from behind the closed door to Pinkie Pie's room. Bit by tiny bit, she inched closer.
Scene transition.
Pinkamena Diane Pie shuddered in Rainbow Dash's embrace, her face buried in the Pegasus's shoulder to silence the noise of her sobs.
I'm sorry, Dash.
She whimpered.
I know I said I'd be okay, but it's just so quiet in here without the Cakes. There was no pony to talk to and nothing to do at all. I could think of to fill the space with throwing a party. Again! But I can't do it, Dash. I just can't. I'm so sorry.
She wept against Rainbow Dash's sky-blue hide once again.
The dame was hysterical. She was addicted to parties. Anyone with half a brain could see that. Problem was that of all the men in all the Pegasi in this city, she decided to knock on my door and ask me for help. And unfortunately for me, she's a friend. And I don't leave my friends hanging. Shush! It's okay, Pinkie,
said Rainbow Dash reassuringly, stroking the pink pony's half-sagging mane with a hoof while, unseen by the dame, she frowned and rolled her eyes. Truth be told, it was pretty far from okay.
Oh my god, dude.
Rainbow Dash could think of sudden...
You were right about them just agreeing that they all hate each other.
Yeah, I know. They're just like, these are all such horrible people.
Oh my god, I know. Like, you could make an entire episode of Desperate Housewives with these characters.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you're right.
This isn't pony psychology. This is Desperate Housewives
Desperate Housemares.
Oh!
Desperate Housemares, yes! Yes, that's what this is.
Again,
I heard a clone from Duhad that might be saying I want to write that.
Rainbow Dash thinks that she can just walk right all over me in my dresses after I spent a week making them. That ain't gonna happen. 20% cooler, more like 20% bitchier. Am I right, ladies?
I think you were thinking real housemares.
Alright, fair enough.
Rainbow Dash could think of dozens of things she'd rather do than delay a picnic brunch with her new and first Philly friend to go and console an emotionally unstable, compulsive reveler. Of course, Fluttershy presented a whole other host of complicated emotions for Dash.
Oh my god,
But
she even hates her own love interest! What is this?
But she was far less likely to burst into racking sobs, being the character that's burst into racking sobs far more frequently.
Now, Pinkie, far more likely to break down crying than Fluttershy. This writer gets these characters.
Dash's wing-jerk reaction was to leap out the window and leave Pinkie Pie to her own devices. But she just couldn't bring herself to ignore a friend in need like that. It felt unnatural. She had to help Pinkie. She had to.
Wait, what?
It gets addressed. That explained later.
Yeah,
No, I mean,
in dumb ways.
The next paragraph, dude.
Oh. So, here they sat in the middle of Pinkie's bedroom floor, while she hugged and Pinkie cried. Lost in a haze of emotion, Pinkie didn't notice as her pinky scent made her knee start to pinch.
How the hell do you not notice your pinky sense going off?
Literally the entire
Well, she assumed that Rainbow Dash was just starting to feel her up.
Dude, Jesus.
It's the knee pinching.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh my god.
Oh lordy. Rainbow Dash. Fake lesbian gets all the girls.
Applejack slinked up to the closed door and pressed an ear to it. She could finally make out what the ponies on the other side were saying.
Thank you, Dash. I really
Hey,
made this. I was
that's,
sorry.
That's Pinkie Pie, dude. Thanks for stealing my
Pinkie
line.
For some reason, it's on quotation marks.
Okay.
It's marked as like
Thank-
internal monologue from Applejack.
Thank you, Dash. I needed this. I was so lonely. I'm sorry, Duhad just stole your line, so I had to steal it too.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Dash. I really needed this. I was so lonely.
Pinkie sounded breathless.
I think, should I go back to doing Rainbow Dash? Because Applejack shows up at this sneak.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. No problem. I do kind of feel bad about wanting to Fluttershy, though.
The guilt in Rainbow Dash's voice was unmistakable.
Oh, but you can't tell her, Dash. I don't want any pony to know I'm like this.
Pinkie's voice held shame and fear, smoothly blended.
In a food
Like
processor!
You know the
Like
scene's actually
banana
reminding me
gone
of right
through
now?
a blender.
Like, legitimately what the scene's reminding me of is the scene in the Scott Pilgrim comics where it's just, like, randomly Scott goes upstairs to look for a bathroom and finds knives and,
I haven't read Scott Pilgrim comic.
Oh,
and I've only watched, like, the
oh my god, okay.
first half hour of the movie before I decided, I can't watch this. It's as boring as Napoleon Dynamite and threw it across the room.
What?
Wow,
Oh,
that's,
come on!
that's,
What the
that's a
hell?
reaction. Well, anyway, there's a whole subplot in the original comics where where his female friend I forgot her name. Anyway, where his female friend is Kim Pine is actually a closeted lesbian, and he finds out by basically walking on her, making out with another girl. And it's just sort of like, oh, that's a thing. I'm leaving now.
And this dialogue really feels deliberately contrived to make it sound like they're
That's so annoying!
It's
It's so
great. And if you were to remove the whole Applejack part around it, the dialogue would sound really weird because they're deliberately skirting around things that they're saying for no real reason.
I know! It's like, hey, here we are.
The only way that conversation works like that is if they know that Applejack's out there, they know that Applejack's in love with Rainbow Dash, that Applejack's a lesbian, and are deliberately messing with her.
Pretty much that, or yeah.
Given the way they've been acting, not entirely out of the realm of possibility.
Well, also, they did prank Dilda a lot in the actual show, so there you go.
Yeah, but not like this.
Yeah, not like going like, man,
That
it's so
is
big. This,
Those were, prank, laugh it off. This is, a bit more than that.
yeah, this is faking having sex to cheat, like, to imply that they're cheating on someone to fuck with the head of someone who is, secretly in love with the person who's in the relationship with the other person who is currently cheating.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the story.
Anyway, no, I believe
Pinkie's
this
voice held shame and fear, smoothly blended into a banana daiquiri in the nearest blender. Applejack knew the feeling well.
Booze.
I told you, Pinkie, there's nothing wrong with you. Sheesh, every pony has feelings like that. After Applejack...
Every pony wants to have sex with Rainbow Dash.
Oh my god! After Applejack and I got in that fight over the running of the leaves and we went off alone, she...
Who the hell is screaming no here?
Applejack.
Alright. No! America!
A kick from Applejack's powerful back legs exploded the door inward, reducing it to scattered splinters. She turned to face the ponies inside the bedroom. They were cringing on the floor, still wrapped in a close embrace, like little children clutched to their mother's bosom. Applejack loomed over them, her studded shoes leaving tiny divots in the wooden floorboards as she approached. Rage throbbed in her veins like liquid fire.
And I think
or perhaps
It's Hasbro time! You two-time mistake! You said you weren't that way. You swore you wouldn't tell. You gave your motherfucking word. Oh,
Wait,
shit, I'm gonna break you over my knee.
I think that was Pinkie Pie.
No, that was Applejack.
Yeah, that was Applejack.
As in you said you weren't that way is literally her last line for the previous chapter.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. What? Applejack? What are you doing here?
What a twist.
Rainbow Dash hopped her hooves, standing between Pinkie Pie and the enraged orange Earth Pony.
I knew you were two-time mistake, Rainbow Dash, and now I have proof. You've been sleeping with Calculon's evil twin brother. But you thought I died in that skiing accident, but I didn't. I faked my death. The person who actually died was our son, who is exactly the same age as me, and who I disguised because after I found out he was trying to steal my fortune. Because he was also in love with my evil twin brother.
But I can't be sleeping with Calculon's twin brother, because at the time I was busy murdering his other twin brother in the conservatory with the wrench.
This is literally just the most soap opera bullshit.
I know! And it's like, hey, we're gonna do
Well, hold on. What's the author's name?
Saddle Soap Opera.
Saddle Soap Opera.
Oh no, yeah, he's easily got the best, most fitting name possible.
That he does! Anyway.
What, Applejack? What are you doing here?
I already said that.
Alright. Then
Right now!
I'm fixin'. No, I'm waiting for I'm fixin'.
Okay,
Applejack.
Oh, I'm fixing to beat the blue right off of your worthless hide.
Snarled Applejack, grimly pleased as she had no difficulty saying those words. Because that meant they were true. She literally intended to remove color from another pony.
I'm going to literally beat you so hard that your skin will fall off.
Or she'll just run back home, get the bleach, pour it on Rainbow Dash, and that'll be that.
She's about 2 seconds away from just shoving
beating.
Rainbow Dash against the wall and shoving knives into her legs.
Okay,
No, she's
so
planning
when
on
she beats up
beating
Rainbow
the
Dash,
blue off of
one
her.
song, and then gets
So
the
she has to
bleach.
get bleach on her hoof and then punch every colored area, occasionally reapplying bleach.
Which means that she would have to beat Rainbow Dash half to death because the Rainbow Dash is entirely in color.
And does that count the blue in her mane? Because it's a different shade of blue.
Yeah. I'm confused.
Well,
The blue
let's
pony's getting
say
the
it
shit kicked
does
out of her. It's
for
not
the hell of
okay.
it.
I don't know how to
And
react to
I don't
this.
know. If she's planning on beating the blue off her, this sounds like it might be racially motivated.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But Jack
Ooh.
really hates blue ponies.
Ooh, shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey! Wait! You don't understand! This isn't what it looks like!
Liar! 1 million
Applejack
years
lashed
dungeon!
out with the front hoof and smashed her tempered steel-shod hoof into Rainbow Dash's cheek.
Oh my god.
The blow sent the light-bodied Pegasus sprawling. Pinkie Pie screamed. The dame was always hysterical. Applejack struggled to get back onto all fours. Rainbow Dash struggled to get back onto all fours. She spit blood onto the floor and shot Applejack with a nearby Colt 45. Applejack fell to the ground, clutching her side,
Oh, you motherfucker!
her crimson blood slowly staining the floor. No.
Just hit it right now.
And
We
shot
wanted to
Applejack a
actually
teary
check.
but fierce glare.
You want to fix it up? Fine by me!
With a flick of her wings, she lunged at the Earth Pony. Pinkie Pie sat with her back to the corner of the room, curled into a ball. She watched in horror as two of her best friends tore into each other like wild beasts. This was no schoolfield shuffle. They were playing for keeps.
So her two best friends are
And it
having
was
a
all
Friday
her
night
fault.
fisticuffs, it seems.
And it was all her fault. Shuddering, Pinkie Pie slowly fell to her side. Tears noiselessly dripped from her wide blue eyes. She wanted to whisper her grandmother's song, but she couldn't remember the words.
Hadouken!
Because, that would really help, because these are clearly ghosts.
Yes.
I know that's how I feel every time I find out that my two best friends are fighting. They must be ghosts.
Oh, shit. Wow, dude, you must have a very depressing life.
In the guest house.
Oh, what? It's happened 3 times already. My best friends get into a fight, I discover they're ghosts. I just noticed the pattern.
Oh, fair enough. Anyway.
The fight went on for minutes on end. Rainbow Dash's speed and agility pitted against Applejack's strength and endurance. Soon, Applejack's hide was speckled with crescent welts from Dash's darting jabs. And Dash was covered in angry, horseshoe-sized bruises that probably covered a fractured skull and a few broken bones because she's slamming metal in your face with strength used to buck apple trees.
Also, it's fucking magic because she's punching people and then Rainbow Dash's injuries are basically screaming in rage. They're furious bruises.
I wasn't gonna tell her!
Both were bleeding in several places.
Then Hair's line, so we'll just move on from there.
Rainbow Dash shouted and slammed her forehead into Applejack's nose. The Earth Pony staggered back. Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash followed.
Ooh.
Shaking her head, Applejack spun on the spot and unleashed a devastating back-legged kick as Dash drew near. Rainbow Dash sailed backwards, smashing into and through a closed door. Coughs and groan. No, multiple coughs, coughs and a groan echoed from inside a moment later.
Huh, you are already dead. Stop bucking line, motherfucker!
Applejack punctuated each word with a heavy stomp of a hoof as she stalked towards the ruined closet.
Oh god, she's literally a wrestler. She's literally just doing like a kayfabe thing right now. She's just like she's playing up for the audience, just stamping as she walks forward. You bucking liar! You're nothing but a lying
is ready!
buzzard! And I'm gonna take you down, Rainbow Dash. You and all your lies!
Applejack threw open the remains of the closet door and pulled the dazed Pegasus up off the floor, bringing her almost nose to nose.
I hate myself for loving you! Boom!
Applejack froze. I was frozen today!
No, see, you have to do it on pitch. I was frozen today.
Okay.
Yes, I am that bored.
What?
I'm
referencing Suburban Commando. I don't know.
So am I!
Christopher Lloyd's
It
delivery was
wasn't
more like,
sung.
I was frozen today!
It may not have been sung, but trust me, I know the exact pitch content of how he said it.
She hadn't meant to say that, but she'd meant it as she'd said it. She let Rainbow Dash drop, and took in the scene around her. The room was in shambles. Everything fragile was broken, and everything sturdy was pockmarked with hoofprints.
I love how in like every fiction, like with a like romantic or dramatic bend ever, a brutal beatdown and furious rage can be ended by an admittance from the person performing the beatdown. Like, they're able to shock themselves into not being angry anymore by shouting something angrily.
Yeah.
Like, that, like, unless it's like something that's just like them slowly breaking down emotionally and then they admit something and collapse sobbing because they've completely broken down, like, emotionally. You don't just go like, oh, admittance!
Gradual, not sudden.
Oh, you're right. No, hold on. I'm too angry right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop you.
No, there are hoofprints on everything solid. Apparently they've done part of the fight on the ceiling.
Oh god, you're right. And this is why you want to describe your fight scenes, because all we got was they punch each other repeatedly in the face.
We missed out on the ceiling fight!
Yeah.
Her happiest, silliest friend was huddled in the corner, eyes wide and weeping in fear. Her happiest friend weeping in fear.
Clearly, Applejack does not get emotional states.
That is very true.
And the pony she loved was lying on the floor in front of her, beat.
Okay, we're getting close to the end here. Let's just keep going, yeah?
Oh, Celestia!
I wasn't intending on stopping. Applejack dropped to her knees and wept. She didn't care that other ponies could see. She didn't care what she'd revealed. She couldn't care what they'd think. She surrendered herself to completely terrible, merciless honesty that plagued her all day, and cried right there on the floor. You know, Rainbow Dash, you probably get to not tell anyone. Pinkie Pie, you could have her Pinkie Pie promise, and there you go, you don't have the completely revealed yourself thing going on there.
Here's the thing. The big point of this stupid fucking story is supposed to be that, like, the characters are all succumbing to, like, extreme versions.
I know what's going on. Let's not spoil it for the listeners.
No, I'm going to spoil it for the fucking listeners, because this is important considering the context. I'm not going to go into the details of why, but, like, you might have been figuring out that, like, the whole point of this thing is supposed to be that the characters are kind of succumbing to extreme versions of their, defining character trait represented by their elements. So, like, Applejack is being too honest, Rainbow Dash is being too loyal, etc.
Yeah.
With some weirdness, like, Pinkie Pie is
suffering from depression.
Or
severe lack of laughter. Or how...
or Fluttershy
is dealing with serious rage.
The element of kindness is dealing with,
rage
affective disorder.
Yeah, like, it really feels like the person, like, came up with, like, an original idea of doing the psychological maladies afflicting each of the characters, then realized that they ran out of ideas, so they ended up doing the, like, elements, but they didn't want to drop the psychological aspects, so you get, like, closet case Applejack and, psychologically destroyed poor, Rainbow Dash, like, Rarity being generous, and, like, Rainbow Dash being both too loyal, but also lesbians.
Yeah. Done competently.
Yeah.
Either one of those could have been good. Combining them is a mess.
Well, here's the thing. Well, I mean, at least for this chapter, to be fair, this isn't the worst closet case I've ever seen in fan fiction. And I'll talk about why when we get to the end of the chapter, so let's just keep going.
Where were we?
She surrendered her...
Oh, there we go, yes. She had no sense of how much time had passed. She cried until her sides ached and her eyes burned. Applejack cringed as she felt a hoof on her shoulder. She looked up and saw Rainbow Dash's bloody, split-lipped smile and her friendly, bruised eyes. Without a word, the blue Pegasus pulled her into a hug. Fighting back fresh tears, she returned the hug.
I'm sorry, Dash. I'm so sorry. I hurt. It hurts so bad to see you with her. And then you and Pinkie.
All I did with Pinkie.
Rainbow Dash cast a glance at Pinkie. The Earth Pony, sitting up now, silently nodded.
Is what I'm doing right now.
Rainbow Dash.
Applejack looked up expectantly, then disappointed that she realized this wasn't leading to sex. Applejack pulled back from the hug and turned to look at Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie was sitting nearby, watching the other two ponies. Applejack realized this was the first time she'd ever taken a good look at Pinkie sitting still without silly props, party lighting, or a coating of icing in the way. Meaning clearly she has never looked at Pinkie Pie during...
like 90% of the episodes.
90% of her screen time, yeah. The Pink Earth Pony's sadness and exhaustion seemed so obvious without those distractions. How had she never seen it before? Well, we've seen her completely alone, and she's pretty much still Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, stunningly, your fucking stupid fanfiction is not actually supported by canon at all.
Yeah.
Much as you want it to be. But
Pinkie Pie is very much one of the most straightforward, in private like she is in public characters out there.
Really.
Like, she really wears her emotions completely on her sleeve. Like, that doesn't mean that she doesn't have any depth or that there aren't, like, darker elements to her character, but most of those are also super straightforward. Like, she's incredibly...
Wears her emotional sleeves, probably not the best description, given the lack of sleeves.
Right. But the point is,
Well,
she has, severe, issues, if you want to look at them like that, but, there are issues about things that are really super upfront and obvious, like, she gets super depressed when she doesn't think her friends are responding to her. But that's not, secret shame. That is her very obviously freaking out every time she thinks that she's not currently,
Yeah, and even
as
if
high energy
every
as
other
everyone else.
pony doesn't see it, she makes it pretty damn obvious.
She gets really upset if you break a pinky promise. Not only upfront about it, very obvious about what's going on, why it's going on, and warns you in advance.
Well, but more to the point, here's the other thing I'm thinking of too with Pinkie Pie in season 1 episodes, because when she went bonkers after thinking that none of her friends liked hanging out with her anymore, Rainbow Dash crashes the party she has with the inanimate objects, and she still doesn't stop!
Yeah, that's the thing. For Pinkie, it's not the thing that's she's too partied out. It's not she's secretly depressed. It's she enjoys parties, and is obsessed with the idea of constantly being, in a state of having fun with her friends, to the point where she can't actually function particularly well when she thinks her friends don't want to hang out with her. It's a bit of the opposite of what you're attributing to her, writer.
Yeah.
Anyway. I don't think you had finished that.
But you're gonna tell her...
I was going to tell her that after the running of the leaves out there in the woods, you asked me something very important, and I had to say no, even though I knew it would hurt you. And it made me feel really sad to let you down like that. As sad as Pinkie feels sometimes.
Applejack hung her head in shame.
Oh, shit. I am such a darn fool. Well, gosh darn.
No pony's perfect.
Said Pinkie, trotting over and joining the hug.
Ironically, probably my biggest problem with Applejack.
No pony's perfect.
Judging by the sun, it had been more than 2 hours. Fluttershy was pacing in a circle at the top of the hill on the outskirts of Ponyville. Anxious, needling thoughts crawled through her mind like spiders. I was drawing a spider before we started this.
Oh, thank God.
Well, scientifically accurate.
Fluttershy?
I know. Where is she? She's way too fast to take this long on a tiny errand. Did something happen? Is she alright? Should I try to find her? But what if I do and she comes here? She'll think I stood her up. And what if she's fine? What if she was just waiting for an excuse? Is she mad at me about the nightshade? Does she hate me? Is all this just a big prank to get back at me? Is Pinkie Pie in on it? Maybe they're laughing at me right now.
Now wait for this to come down. Why are you battered and bruised? They were some really tough ribbons. Fluttershy gritted her teeth, squeezed her eyes tightly shut, and violently shook her head. She flopped down to the grass and turned to look back toward Ponyville.
Where are you?
She whispered mournfully.
Fluttershy seems like the type of person who's going to break up with Dash eventually and then just start cutting out the eyes from all the pictures that they had together.
Oh my God.
Seriously, look at at her dialogue there. That is fucking creepy stalker territory.
Yeah, really. And this is what, their first actual date?
Yes.
Dear God, woman. Chill out.
Yeah,
So, you know when I said schizoaffective, let's add paranoid to that? Paranoia to that?
Really?
And here's the weird thing, later on, Dash totally just breaks up with Fluttershy, and her reaction is essentially to go oh, I'm sad. Oh well.
Oh well. C'est la vie.
It's almost like if you want to get someone to realistically portray psychological issues, they should probably be really familiar with the psychological issues in question.
And fucking commit to doing that instead of trying to have your cake and then also write a stupid, fluffy soap opera.
Yeah, really.
And not trying to shoe in that elements thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The psychological thing and the elements thing, they could be interesting ideas to explore on their own if done competently.
You combine them together and then
you get a mess.
Put a double scoop of soap opera to, try and give it drama. It just ends up as a disgusting mess.
It just doesn't compute. Anyway.
Unnoticed
Unnoticed by the yellow Pegasus. Faint, tiny, multicolored dots slowly appeared around the edges of her butterfly cutie marks, swarming lazily like a cloud of gnats. We know, having seen snips and snails get shaved in the buttocks, we know that cutie marks are on the fur. So now her fur is changing colors in really weird ways.
Oh my god, you're right.
To grow out the color.
You're right. Also, that does lead to the interesting point that cutie marks are in fact not butt tattoos, because they are not in fact on the skin. They are not ink.
Really.
They're just a fur coloration.
Yep. Well, I mean, they do have to change coloration when you first get the cutie mark, though, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Bright, obvious burst of magic.
Yeah.
And you'll notice even then, like, sort of, it seems like a huge burst of magic, seeing as we had, like, a Rarity first time using a spell, Twilight giant magic explosion, Rainbow Dash first sonic rain boom.
That's true.
Yeah, Rarity was like seeing a bunch of gems, was seeing all of her, like, clothing.
Yeah, right, and it was, and all the, right after the sonic rain, most of them right after the sonic rain boom. Applejack had the subtlest, which still involved a burst of light coming out of her hindquarters.
That's true.
Yeah, I think the one time that we saw like a character get the key mark in bowling, like when it was like one of the non-main characters, there was also like a sound effect to signify that someone had just gotten their cutie mark. It was like, there's a flash sound effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're at the last scene of this thing. Let's just finish this off.
Yeah.
Rarity magicked the final ribbon on a purplish-gray unicorn foal's party dress and a wide bow.
There we are. Absolutely
that foal sounds familiar. She beamed. The foal giggled, prancing to and fro in front of one of the boutique's many mirrors and admiring herself. Dinky turned to the blonde-maned gray Pegasus who had brought in the foal.
Oh shit, Stinky! Oh, I love you, Dinky. You're rapidly become my new favorite foal.
Now, if there's anything else you require, shall we settle up? Righto.
I'm going to hate having to deal with this one. The Pegasus nodded, removed her saddlebags, and rummaged around in them with her hooves. Her golden eyes slowly veered in several directions as she concentrated. At length, she produced a paper bag and set it on the counter. And now we get to see the author add neurological disorders into the, like physical neurological disorders into the mess.
Okay, hold on. Let me just
do... It's going to be painful.
Let me just do Derpy. Is she being portrayed as mentally...
No, but they're doing a bad job at displaying like Lugeria.
Okay, you know what? Let me just do Derpy. I'd prefer just to keep this relatively. Sweet and swap the rag.
Sweep the range?
Yeah, sorry. Sweep the range.
She said warmly, putting the bags back on and escorting the foal out of the shop.
Thank you. Come again.
Rarity called after them. She magicked open the bag, desperately hoping, that there would at least be enough bits to cover the cost of the dress.
Oh?
Rarity magicked out one of the freshly baked muffins, and glumly took a bite. Anxiety about her shop's future still nagged at her, but she couldn't stay mad at the Pegasus. The muffins were the first real food she'd had in 2 days.
What? Oh, come on!
Yeah, that's where you go, hi, Applejack! I hate to tell you this, I'm kind of starving, and I notice you are, as Granny Smith said, bitch, we're stupid with apples.
Motherfucker, we got apples. Apples, we got apples. Apples, we got apples. So the next one is Rarity, Lost, where we deal with the psychology of poor people.
Yeah. And this one was supposed to be the psychology of homophobia. I will say one thing.
It's really more about closeted than homophobia.
Well, here's the thing.
The first half is all about how much she hates gay people, and then the second half is about...
No, you're missing the point. In defense of pony psychology in this particular area, I've seen far worse.
That doesn't defend, in my estimation.
No.
I've seen far worse in every aspect.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
no. Here's the
deal. It's like defending by, well, at least it's spelled correctly.
No. You don't even understand, because even in content, this isn't the worst I've seen. Like, when I was still part of the Protectors of the
That's why it's on New Game Plus instead of regular Let's Read.
Well, no. Okay, can I just talk here without being interrupted for a second?
Then stop trying to imply that we don't know what we're talking about, then. You can go ahead and say it.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to imply that. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, when I was still part of the Protectors of the Plot Continuum, I came across this particular Smash Brothers fanfic, right? I don't think I've mentioned this to you guys. I've mentioned it to a lot of other people, because this is actually a great case of intent getting lost in really shitty storytelling.
Fair
but
enough.
essentially what it was it was this gay Aesop that essentially set the characters of Marth and Ike up as this two dichotomies where Marth is gay and he's like, oh, I'm open about it, and Ike is sort of in the closet and also a bit of a raging homophobe. The reason I say that it's worse than pony psychology is because the way Ike comes to terms with the thing is that first he gets gang raped, and then he sort of goes on about it. So not only does it bungle the psychology of homophobia, it bungles the psychology of rape as well.
Oh no, trust me. There is a bit
horror
in
trope
one of
rape
the
equals
like
love.
in a published work. There is a published book by L. Ron Hubbard where a male character rapes a pair of lesbians straight. The hero rapes a couple of lesbians straight.
Ooh.
And it is portrayed as being like a good thing. Like he is teaching them the importance of the dick. Like that is a thing in a published piece of work that sold extremely well. So yeah, no. There are even worse.
Yeah. So in pony psychology,
Our thing kind of would cause a plot hole since one of the main characters of another game is one of his descendants.
Yeah. The point is, there are far, far worse. That does not excuse this from being fucking awful.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I'll just take the fact that it could have been a hell of a lot worse. I'll take it. Because, frankly, I'll take anything if it keeps me from being as pissed off as I was at the last chapter we read.
Hey, at least it was spelled correctly.
This is true. Yeah,
And managed to properly, if slightly oddly, use anemically.
Anyway. But this chapter is fucking over. The next chapter we get to deal with the psychology of poor people and how Rarity has lost all of her money because she gives away all of her clothes to people without saying anything because all of her incredibly wealthy clients apparently never pay her.
That point.
Oh yeah, and by the way, the solution for Rarity's poverty, which Twilight... The end of the story is basically Twilight going around solving everyone's problems, and the solution to her one is sell things. That is not even a joke. Like, her Twilight's solution to fix Rarity's problems with poverty is literally just try selling things for money.
Do the thing you've always been doing.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Take those gems that you find and sell them for money. Then sell the dresses for money. There you go, you are no longer poor. And Rarity's like, holy shit, how did you figure that out?
Because she's not a fucking moron, Rarity, you dumb bitch!
Oh god. Alright, well, people, thank you for tuning in to Let's Read New Game Plus, and keep in mind that
I'm wondering with Rainbow Dash's problem, seeing as that's already been solved.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. No, all the solutions are fucking
How do you
retarded.
solve that? Yeah, remember the fact that you're not addicted to drugs? Stay not addicted to drugs.
That is actually basically the next one, too, is like, Applejack's is like, be more honest. In general. But then it's okay to that way you won't feel the compulsion to be honest all the time.
Just end the episode!
Pinkie Pie, you have to not have parties you need to have parties but don't have parties all the time. It's really just the most generic bullshit. It's super dumb.
Okay.
The end!